G'day, hi and welcome. Hi there. Welcome to the grand spring boat opening which comes with 2 brooms for your boat sweeping pleasure. And also void of any sort of water, but yet still comes with this nice 4-inch of ice block skating rink in your cockpit. Sorry if the mics are cracking out on you. Again, mics are blowing on this camera. I know I have to repeat that each time because I might have some new viewers, you know. But this coming around, I don't want to try to start chipping at this ice at all because it'll end up doing more damage than good. So I'll just let it melt at its own pace, but it's going pretty good. Let's look at my poor messy girl here, the random. Don't go slipping off the deck. I just took a big chunk of ice off the deck here, that's why it's wet there. Deck looks pretty good, ready for some cleaning. Let's warning graphic. Probably the messiest spot on the boat. This is always so grungy in here. But it doesn't look too bad. I'll leave that open, let that air out a bit. Probably gonna have to replace that line. It's probably good rotted. Let some air go through the boat. This is the first opening of the boat for this season. It's not my first time on it, but the first opening. I have to do something about my trailer. That's pretty much a staircase right now. It's kind of nice if that stayed there all year while I'm working on it. Goals for this year, obviously, depending on the funds. I want to get another buffer so I can do the deck. The railing projects are going to be a little slow, but I got the railings off. I have to get new bolts, everything like that. I want to get really good stainless bolts, but I want to fill in each one of those little holes completely and then drill them out again so I don't get any more leakage inside the this boat's pretty good. Like, it looks a little dirty right now because it's springtime, but this boat usually cleans up pretty good. And yeah, I still got to work on some of this osmosis. You got to stay on top of that on these older boats. It does come out if you keep cleaning it. It does come out over time, but some of the stuff you got to pick out and stuff like that. I still haven't found a way to do it yet. But definitely in need of a buffing, that's for sure. This is a pretty dirty boat right now, so I'll have to get the buffer out. Once you get it cleaned up, like this boat cleans up really easy. Like you're like, oh my god, it's gonna need so much work. It's gonna need so much work, and then you just like clean it and it looks great again. Not too many leaks, but I do seem to have some leaks again around the portlet, the rear portlet there. So I'm gonna have to do something about that. What I want to do is, and something you should do probably every 10 years, is completely strip all the hardware off your deck and do all the through hauls over and, you know, get everything. Most of them aren't leaking and everything like that, but, you know, it's good to do them. And there's some stuff that they put out there. I forget what the stuff's called there, but that putty stuff, butyl tape, I think is what it's called, if memory serves me correctly. And that stuff's amazing if you can find it. It's not that expensive, but it's just, you know, right now is when it all flies off the shelf. Believe it or not, it is March 25th, 26th. You see my woodpile over there? You still can't see my brother's car, but you can now see the truck. So you can get an idea of how much snow is on that. The snow is probably double that depth over the truck. So there's a lot of snow this year. That's still 8 or 10 feet tall. Well, I mean, the back of the trailer is probably about 11 feet. The deck of the boat, I think, is about 9 from the ground. So you can get an idea of just how much snow there is. You sort of see the Ford truck there. The road rage van is right there. There's my old car. Or the bump in the back is the road rage van. My dad's little trailer. And yeah, so anyway, I just thought this is a grand opening. Still got some ice on this, but it's cleaning up good. So I'm just going to start sweeping it off, cleaning it off. You know, stay on top of it. A lot of times once you just start sweeping it and stuff like that, and the wax starts to take over again, but I'm going to have to get some deoxidizer again this year and really go at it good and whatever. I still got some crazing I want to fix on the side. Just, you know, old boat stuff, you know, like this boat has still got lots of life in it. Maybe someday it'll go back in the water. I don't know if I'll be the owner of it at that time, but if not, well, the problem I have is I don't have a place to work on. I'd love to get this thing indoors and just strip it all the hardware off and just sandblast it and, you know, put a new gel coat on it, everything like that. I still haven't found a way to do it by hand that would make it look good. So I got to figure out a way to do it so that it looks really, really good. I don't want to paint the deck. I just, because it chips over. It looks good at first, but it just doesn't look great after. But yeah, doing all the work out here is kind of hard because you got to take into consideration the very fact that you know, when you start a project, like once you open something up, you have to have a way to cover it so the rain doesn't get in. So it can be like that. But anyway, this is the spring opening. Boat does look pretty good. I already did another video. There was a little bit of water in there, but nothing to be alarmed about anyway. Like, I mean, it's not like half flooded or anything like that. So there was a little bit of water in there. I'll just have to figure out where it's coming in, and could be a hardware thing. It didn't seem to be coming in. The tape did its job, so it kept those little... Nothing seemed to be leaking in there, so now it's just a matter of just airing out the boat and really letting it become a boat again, you know, not just a mold tomb. Yeah, so I'll have to check all this stuff out, all the hardware, do the spring inspection. The mast is somewhere in there. I could sort of get the ridge where it is, but I don't want to walk there too often. Just because I don't know where it is and I don't want to be walking on top of the mast and whatever. But maybe in a week or so I might be able to see it again. Yeah, my greenhouse is now about halfway. Considering the peak of that greenhouse was 6 feet tall, there was only maybe about a foot sticking out of that this winter. So there was a lot of snow this winter.